Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I know. I had a feeling this would happen. It is now 6:30. My dining reservation is at 6:45. I needed the downtime. I actually just sat and watched TV in the room because I don't do that very often, and it was quite lovely. And now it's time for me to go down, have a lovely dinner. But before we do that, I want to show you. The room's pretty dark, I will say that. I love light. I love lots of light. So it's as you can see, this is because I have my curtains open. But at night, this is the view. So this is actually kind of pretty. I mean, you're getting some reflection here. Let me do this. There you go. That's prettier. So you can see, and it goes all the way up to that light there. We're just going to take the elevator down, cross the hall, and go to dinner. What I am hoping is that fireworks should be at Epcot at 9 o'clock, and I'm going to see, hopefully it won't drop too much in temperature, but after dinner, I want to pick up some milk for tomorrow's breakfast, soy milk or some almond milk or something. I want to go look at the Disney store here in the building, and then I'm going to see if I can see fireworks tonight at 9. And then I'll come up, pack up, and crawl into bed. And that'll be finishing out our night. Pardon me, just a piece of trash. So yeah, I finally got, after all day at Epcot, I finally got the microphone to repair and work. Repair, not repair, and work. So I don't know what happened there. But we are dressed up for the evening, which honestly just means I took my hair down. In reality, the outfit is exactly the same. But it can go casual or it can go dressy. If I can get this scarf to work. Hold on a sec. This beautiful silk scarf to give a pop of color. And I've got my bag and I've got my stuff. And make sure I have my phone because my phone is my room key. And we are heading out to have dinner at Bourbon Steak. I ate much, much, much less than I expected during the day today. So tonight, we are going to splurge on dinner. I don't need to physically have a key because, as I said, the key is that now. That way to the, So, as you can see, the rooms are pretty plain. They are not Disneyfied at all because they're really a conference hotel on Disney property. But it's actually, the hallway is chilly. I'm glad I have my scarf on. But yeah, we're heading down the elevator bank. Okay, so when you're in the east elevators, which is here, that was the tower I'm in, you come out, and if you turn, well, depending on which elevator bank you come out with, if you turn one direction, you've got the spa, or if you turn the other direction, I think, oh, no, the other direction, it takes you out to the main area for the lobby. So we're going to go into the main lobby, and then we're going to go down the hallway, which takes us to dinner. So dinner's going to be right down this way. Fuel is their food place, and then there's a Disney shopping something over there too. So Fuel is where I'll go to try to pick up the milk, and then I don't want to do that before dinner. I'm eating a very fancy schmancy dinner at Bourbon Steak. It's the replacement for Shula's. It's yummy. The service is phenomenal. And my dessert's here. I'm so happy. I'm so tired, but I'm not, if that makes sense. It is 8:25, fireworks are at 9 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna, from here, go get the milk I know I need for tomorrow, take a quick look at the place next door, because I threw my coat out. I mean, literally, like, if it was a couple little spots, it wouldn't be so bad, but the entire shoulder band, like all the way to here, across, about 2 inches wide, is just shredded and peeled and gone. Don't know what the hell happened. So, really disappointed in that for sure. I do have a coat that is very similar, so at least I have something that's another look, but that's at home. So, I've got a sweatshirty thingy, I've got this scarf. I may see if there's another jacket or sweatshirt or something that they sell here that I can pick up. If not, then I can't pull that out of there. So hopefully my friend who's picking me up will be quick. Yeah, that was lovely. Still a little bit at the bottom. Lots of foam on it, but I have to be safe on those. Like I said, as much as I love the concept of espresso beans, if they're regular espresso beans and I eat them and they're not decaf, like, people sell those buzz bean candies and yeah, 2 of them, and I am anxiety attack bouncing off walls. I mean, I am super, super sensitive to caffeine. So this may still affect me. It's either going to wake me up a lot more or it's going to put me completely to sleep. Because I'm loving this light. I mean, I guess I could have sat farther back because I'm on the mic and the mic is now working. But, crazy. All right, I think we're going to wait and I'm going to write from the phone. Sorry. All right, a waiter used to live in Maryland, and he joked that if I come back and I bring a Smith Island cake and some burger cookies and a case of Natty Boh, he'll treat me to dinner. That's pretty funny. Ironically, all of those things together, if I could even fly down with him, because Natty Boh is alcohol, would definitely cost less than a dinner here for sure. For sure. Maybe the Smith Island cake. Smith Island cake, if you've never seen it, I can't eat it. It's not gluten-free. But it is like 15 very thin layers of cake, and it's probably more than that. But it's like thin layer of cake icing. Thin layer of cake icing. And when you look at like the cake this tall, it's just like, it's a very effort-intensive experience. Okay, so I did a walk through Fuel, and while they did not have pre-boxed almond milks, they had just straight almond milk unsweetened, which is great. And what I did is I got 16 ounces of unsweetened almond milk, put in a 20-ounce cup, and then I'm going to throw my protein powder in it tonight, so it's time to dissolve, and then have that for dinner, or breakfast, tomorrow, because I need the protein shake. So then I went over to the Disney store to see if they had any coats. It is currently 68 degrees out, and I'll be honest, sitting out like this, it's very comfortable, almost too warm. But it's not going to be this hot back home. So I threw out that jacket because it was peeling. I mean, there's a part of me that goes, well, maybe I should pull it out of the trash and try to use it. I just don't think I should, and I'm going to keep forgetting and hanging it up, and then I've got this peeling, molting thing. I don't know. I know I did like a tiny, tiny bit of filming it when I discovered it. I must have walked in wearing it. I mean, I had no clue when I put it on. I knew there might have, I remember the last time I wore it, there was a little bit cracked on it, but so I am sitting, so I went in to look at their Disney store, and they didn't have any jackets. They had a Halloween one, she said, that they just got rid of because Christmas is now here. And they had spirit jerseys and things like that that could go over something, but I do have a sweater to go over, like warmer even than this one. And what I might just do is wear this one and then add that other sweater piece on top of it, just so it's another warm layer. The scarf itself is incredibly warm, so because it's silk and it holds everything in. So I tried there, and then I tried their generic sundry store, and they did have zip-up sweatshirts that say Orlando on them, which were only $50, so that's not a horrible price for a nice oversized sweatshirt, but they were men's 2Xs and more. And a men's 2X is too big for me. Like, it would be a men's large or a men's XL at most that I would use. So now I have come outside. You say, but Michele, that's your resort. Why aren't you going inside? You were already in there. What's the point? Oh, and I think I can tell where my room is from here. Yeah, actually, I'll show you in just a second. But that being said, it is 8:55, and at 9 o'clock, Epcot shoots their fireworks, and Epcot is down that way. Now, I don't know how much of it we'll get to see from here, but I'm curious, so I came out to see what it was. Because from, say, 9, like, if this was a regular day that I had to get up and be up at 3:45 to be picked up at 4 to get to the airport at 4:30, then I would say, oh my God, I need that extra time. Because right now, that I would have to be in bed already by 9, no later, so I can get some sleep to be functional in the morning. Because this is my second day doing this kind of garbage. However, tonight, is the night that we fall back. For those of you who participate in daylight saving time, which they do here in the United States, falling back means, right now we are on what they call daylight saving time, which means you have that much more daylight during the day, and then darkness comes a whole lot later, so that you can get the most benefit out of the light. Tomorrow, or tonight, we fall back to actually being real time. So it's going to get dark. Like when I got up at around 6:15, the sun was going down, but tomorrow at 5:15, the sun will be going down, and by 6 it's gone. So we're on real time for that. But that means that because we're falling back, as they call it, we're going to repeat 2 a.m. So we're 1 to 2 a.m., and then when it hits 2 a.m., it's going to become 1 a.m. again. Whereas in the spring, it goes the other direction. If you've never experienced daylight saving time, it's a nightmare for many reasons. But for me, right now, this is awesome. The fall always feels better. The spring is the hard one because you lose an hour of sleep, whereas here you get an extra one. So that means that even though normally I would have to be in bed going to sleep by 9 with the fireworks going off down there, I can sleep and wake up. All right, let me try this again. I can stay up till 10 or be in bed by 10 and be able to still get that same amount of sleep that I would have gotten, because once 2 a.m. hits, then it goes back an hour. So right now, if I'm going into my bed at 10, that's like going to bed at 9. All good for me right now. So that means that I watched the fireworks. They're about 17 minutes. We're going to see what we can see. Speaking of which, we're at 3 minutes. You won't hear anything now. They're not going to put in the music. They're not going to, make any of that. But Illuminations is still pretty if we can see any of it. And if we can see any of it, I'll share it with you. You won't get any of the music, but it's still kind of cool. So I can stay and watch them, then get back to my room, clean up, wash up, get myself ready to bed, maybe even do a final catch up with everybody, and then turn out my light at 10 o'clock, going to sleep. I just heard the first firework go off, and of course this occurred right as my SD card said it was full, so I put in the next SD card, and it was not a happy response. It's saying it's slow, so we're going to see how much of this actually works. But you can see the smoke over there. So that's Epcot. That's Around the World Showcase. I'm going to see if I can bring in the view a little bit. Hold on. Right back there. Yeah. Now, in my room, you wouldn't see them at all because I'm facing the other direction. Let's do that. And we're just going to stay like this. This is as close as I can get with these, so I apologize for that. And there's going to be a good chunks of time where there's nothing going on. So I will probably play catch up, or I will end up cutting all of this out. It's dark enough here that I don't see as much of the pretty as you see. And I wish I could remember the different things that are playing. But this is nice. So like, you could come here to Swan or Dolphin for dinner, and then at 9 o'clock step out here, see some fireworks. Which, I mean, in person, Illuminations is a lovely show. It took a couple watchings to listen to all the music to really take it all in. It's pretty touching. that was the fireworks. I put some pretty music on over it, I assume, just because you couldn't hear the music here, but it's just loud booms, and I was chatting with a live stream on Facebook at the same time, so I figured that was a little excessive. All right, I am heading back to the room. Swan behind me, Dolphin in front of me. It was a nice trip. I mean, it would always be nice to kind of be more leisurely and spend more time and do more stuff, but it was a nice trip. Just some good energy, some fun. So I'm going to head up to the room, get myself ready for bed, and you may see me up in the room, so I'm not going to say this is the end of it, but, you know, I'm going to just have to fly back tomorrow, and that's not going to be nearly as much fun. Goodbye, room. It was lovely using your space. Your bed was comfy, but now it's time to go. And now it's time to go, so let's do it. Woohoo. Hey, look, we're leaving the Dolphin. And we have Ken with us, yay!
Good morning. I even took a shower.
Aw, you're so special for me. Okay, I'm not sure what I will be filming on the rest of this day because I've got that disc that is slow again. And trust me, the editing process for that one is not pretty because the sound and the video separate. So, this was a great little trip, and I'm going to tell Ken about it, and then at the airport I'll probably use my phone to tell you about it. So here we go. Saying goodbye to Disney property, though. Goodbye, Disney property. We will just let this run, and we will montage. Share, subscribe, get all the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. And don't forget that I don't have a tagline. Singing hey ho, a maiden's life, 1, 2, 3. Hey ho, a maiden's life, won't you drink with me?